Obligatory podcast intro.
Hi, lo, and welcome. This is Flipping Pages with Matt and Adam. I'm Matt with my co-host Adam, and this is a review for the comics we covered this week. I got A, and you got J. So I got one called A Taste for Blood.
Yeah.
It was by, I got to do this again, Debume.
Oh, right.
Debume.
Something.
I think it's a French fella.
Yeah.
One name. So anyway, it starts with this grumpy mobster who has just crashed his car into a ravine.
Right.
And he stumbles across this like farm lady, and he passes out at the sight of fresh blood. Mm-hmm. And she ends up saving him. He's wounded. She bandages him up. He wakes up in the middle of the night and he finds like a dead body in a refrigerator.
The freezer.
Yeah, he thought it was a refrigerator, and then she clocked him in the head with a frying pan and then was like, it's the freezer, moron.
Yeah.
So she's, no nonsense. This guy, he's kind of a sweet guy, and what you find out is he disposes of corpses. Corpses.
Yeah, corpses.
Corpse eye. He disposes of corpse eye.
Yeah.
And he passes out at the sight of fresh blood only.
Right.
So he can grind up bodies and do all types of stuff. So what happens is they end up working out a deal. Hey, I can help you with your fridge problem. If you can help me with this, he needs somewhere to stay. He's trying to get in touch with someone. It shows him calling a number like multiple times. Someone named Fredo. You don't find out anything about till way later. And no one's answering. And this dude's been in prison for the last 9 years. And he literally left the jail and drove his car into a ravine.
Oh my God.
And then finds her.
Yeah.
And it was actually surprisingly like a really cool, it was a trade paperback.
Yeah.
So full, no issues.
All right.
But it was cool, man. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It became really funny too.
Yes. It's good. It's a good story.
You truly laughed on some of those parts.
Yeah, for real.
They were good. They were really good.
It was good.
I love those, like, I know we say it, but those short contained stories, those are awesome.
Yeah. So
much. The continuity, so much, man. And just being able to start and end it is really nice.
In a very reasonable amount of time.
Yes, exactly.
6 issues.
I won't be reading 25 issues over the next week or whatever.
Trying to catch up or something.
And learn everyone's stupid name and everything. Backstory.
Dude.
Where the universe is at. You know, this could have been set in some parallel universe and had nothing to do with our Earth. It doesn't matter.
Could you imagine trying to explain to a new person Psylocke's history?
Oh, yeah. Right?
I watched a video about it the other day, and I felt like I needed to be taking notes.
Because it gets restarted so much?
She was a white lady.
Oh, yeah, now she's Asian.
lady, and then, like, oh, my God, so much body hopping and all this crazy shenanigans.
That's silly nonsense. None of that in my comic.
Yeah.
None of that. It's a cool, contained story. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Those are cool. Hell yeah. So I got the J. Mine was called John Flood. It's from Boom. Came out 2015. The author is Justin Jordan, and the artist is Jorge Coelho. Yeah, they both killed it. I love the art in it and the writing.
It was very cool. I took a peek after we were done, and it's awesome.
This I love how self-aware the writing is, because he leans into cliches and doesn't shy away from them and utilizes them well.
Yeah.
In the story. That's really cool.
They're very unique, and they have you could silhouette a lot of those characters and know who they are.
The art is very distinctive. All their head shapes are very different.
Yeah, that was
like you
wild.
said, the silhouette test, they definitely passed that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. The dude's head is like kid's head. Kid and Play, remember?
Yeah.
But it was all head, not hair.
Not hair.
On this guy.
Yeah, he just looks like a caricature. The main character, John Flood, is
they
like
all kind of do. Because that one dude was like super jacked, right?
Yeah.
He's got a big, thick head, thick neck and stuff.
The main bad guy is super beefy, and the main good guy that's physical, Barry, he's pretty beefy too.
Tate?
Yeah, well, Tate is the bad guy, and he's the real beefy.
That's who I saw there.
Barry is big and tough, but not as big as Tate.
Yeah, he was a big
So
dude.
in this comic, we have John Flood, who is in a failed, in air quotes, failed experiment from a company. He ends up not being able to sleep anymore. And it's like a superpower / a curse, basically.
Curse.
So like he never sleeps, which means he's like not even like slow and like out of it. He's like extra hyper. Like somebody like drank 20 gallons of coffee or something.
Constantly throughout the day.
All day, every day. So he's not just sitting down watching TV. He's like taking the TV apart and putting it back together. And just solving murders from across the country that nobody cares about.
Tweaker nights. See, that's
Yeah.
cool. I guess if you couldn't sleep, you would want to do something beneficial to society. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I mean,
sometimes he does do like, I wouldn't say charity work, but he helps people sometimes. And
oh yeah, I mean, if I was tripping constantly, like I'd have to do something.
yeah, so he gets like a helper / valet named Barry, who's a big tough guy who also acts as muscle for John. They start solving some really weird like small cases together, but their ultimate goal is to find the serial killer that's going around. The story is 6 issues. It's really fun and tight, and the art is just absolutely captivating. So without going, if you want to know more spoilers, stop right now, because now we're possibly
we're in spoilers?
Yeah,
we're
we're
in
going to
spoilers
start
now?
doing it now. So we find out that the bad guy Tate and the main guy Flood are connected, and that they came
both
from
experiments, right?
Yeah, they're both experiments, exactly.
But was Tate failed? He wasn't failed,
so he
right?
technically he is an experiment more than they experimented on him.
Got it. Okay, because they're watching.
They're
him.
watching him and learning about killers.
Yeah,
and,
this
and
is
psychopaths.
an extensive company with ties and money.
Yes.
I guess deep money.
They
'cause
got their
can
own satellites and
yeah,
shit.
they're dropping cars off in the middle of
Yep.
nowhere, the Middle East. Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, that's a powerful private company right there.
It's cool. And then we get some like team building type stuff with Barry, who's the muscle, and Flood. They play off each other very well. Like obviously Barry's the straight man and Flood's the goofball.
The goofball.
Yeah.
So you know who he reminds me of? You know what kind of like thing he has about him is he reminds me of Zaphod Beeblebrox.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So in The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, this dude, it's not a superpower, but it's like, oh, I think it, and then when I do it, it works out in a sense that I was supposed to be doing that.
Right.
So the writer, Douglas Adams, he has another Dirk Gently. Now, I don't know if this character was in the books, but there's a woman in the show that just does things, and it's things she's supposed to do. So she's like, I'm supposed to kill that guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, don't kill anyone. You can't do that. And then she's like, hey, come here. And the guy crosses the street and gets hit by a car.
Nice.
She's like, yeah, see, I was supposed
Told
to do
you.
that.
Yeah.
She tries to kill someone and the bullet misses like a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I'm not supposed to kill you.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. I think John Flood kind of has an air of that where it's like he says, I don't think about this.
He does not pre-planning.
None
Yeah.
at all, right?
Yeah.
I thought that was super interesting. If I do it, it's because I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to do it. So yeah.
So it goes and happens.
Yeah, it has to happen.
Yeah.
It's cool circle there. I like it.
What about yours?
Well, so mine was interesting because the woman Lou that our mobster finds ends up not only killing her husband, which is who he finds in the freezer.
Yeah.
She ends up killing the court officer that shows
Yeah,
up to
serving her papers. or
just
whatever.
telling her, "Hey, your house is about to get foreclosed on."
that's funny.
And she was straight up. She was worried about it, but you think, oh, she's sad because I just murdered this dude, but she was worried because she's like, I kind of liked it.
Yeah.
Like I kind of like this.
Awoke something deep inside her soul.
Yeah. So, and the other thing I loved was how Aldo, our mobster, our main character, was like, hey, these guys want something from you. Your husband has these ledgers these mobsters want. You should give it to them because these are scary men.
Yes.
You know? And then they're over there. They were spying on Aldo. When they meet him, they find out he's with this woman and they spying on him and they see him dispose of a body, which is what his job is. And then they see him dispose of a second body and they're just so freaking out.
Yes,
Like,
that was amazing.
this guy's a relentless killer. Like, oh my gosh. And I think when they met, it was by chance. The mobsters were going
It
to
seemed
see
like it,
the
yeah.
woman's husband, and he was there, and they know each other. So he's
Yes.
like, oh, I've been trying to get a hold of y'all, blah, blah, blah. And he says, I'm going to wrap things up here. Don't go looking for the husband. He's gone. He vanished.
Yeah.
You won't have any luck finding him. I'm going to come by headquarters in a few days, and I'll deal with y'all. And he meant it so innocently.
Yeah.
Like, he's just like, I'll come to chat.
Yep.
Let's figure this out. The way they heard it was like...
Very menacing. Very menacing.
And even the mobster, who turns out to be Aldo's brother,
Yeah.
was like, no, that don't sound like him.
Yeah,
That don't
right.
sound like him at all. Something bad must have happened. And then they bring in the killer,
Uh-huh.
and they explained it to him. They're like, oh, he's radicalized in prison. He's just a go-hard renegade killer
Yeah.
now, which I love that.
Yep.
And it's, misunderstandings all around.
The writing was great.
And it's funny because when the guy comes up, the brother meets his brother for the first time in the story.
Yes.
Aldo and Fredo meet.
Uh-huh.
He's like, I know all about what you did. Meaning they never got to explain the misunderstanding at all.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where Fredo would have been like, what are you doing? And he's like, what are you talking about? Her husband was dead. I helped her get rid of it.
Yeah.
She killed him. I helped her. What are you talking about? Yeah, you were coming to kill us. No, I wasn't. Why would I kill y'all?
Yeah.
The moment never happened.
Right.
Because he found out what they did right before. And then I thought that was really cool.
That is.
Sometimes I see it in movies and it's boo-boo.
Not well executed at all.
No. And then I loved... So did you like Lou? Did you like the female character?
Yeah,
The
she was
farmer
cool.
lady?
Yeah.
I thought she was awesome. I mean, she cut two people's heads off. And then when the big mobsters, not the henchmen, but like the real killers show up, she chops off like 2 or 3 of their heads.
She got good at it.
It's her thing, man.
Yeah.
That's definitely her thing. I thought that one was awesome.
Yeah.
I love just a go hard story like that.
Really
And you
good.
thought it like end all happy, but I think she makes a call at the very end and is like, I need some help.
Right.
Insinuating she totally probably
Did
chopped
it
someone
again.
else's
Yeah.
head off.
I accidentally killed this entire class of first graders. I don't know what happened.
I need help.
Yeah.
I still have my pigs. That's how they were getting rid of the bodies.
Yeah, like I need more pigs.
They tried though at first, and the pigs, she said they eat organic.
Yeah.
They don't eat that stuff. So they're just laying there next to a severed head.
That's funny.
Not interested at all.
Yeah.
Had to
Gross.
take steps to make them eat that.
Gross.
That's pretty funny.
Hell yeah.
I didn't expect a funny comic either.
Oh, right.
You know, like I didn't know what to expect because the art style was very cartoony.
Yeah.
You know, the faces were, like I said on our episode,
They're very
flipping
big.
pages with Matt and Adam on all podcast platforms. Jesus, what is happening to me? Flipping pages with Matt and Adam on all podcast platforms. That's what I was trying to say.
You got it, big guy.
I forgot what I was even getting at, what I said on there.
Big heads.
Big faces.
Yeah.
Big old faces. That's what they all had.
Yeah, they did.
So I guess they were pretty unique as well.
Yeah,
They
they
didn't
were.
look like normal people.
No, in neither of our stories was the art portraying people as normal.
No, very, like you said, caricature, very,
Yeah.
very much. I mean,
Yeah.
their faces were like their entire head. Like,
Yeah.
But I loved it. I'm not talking bad about it. I actually
No,
enjoyed
they're
it. This was a
very
rare,
enjoyable.
we both loved our comics.
Yeah. It's super dope. Like I said, the main character, Flood, is a very interesting guy. You kind of see through his eyes every once in a while. It's kind of kaleidoscopy, kind of wavy. Because he doesn't sleep anymore, he just, the way he sees the world is like dreamlike all the time, kind of.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what gives him the powers, where he like just does what he's supposed to do
I think that's cool.
and goes with the flow in life. His eyes are permanently like bloodshot, like black red.
Does
like,
he
they
not
look-
blink?
He does. He squints a lot. So they didn't say anything
Maybe he
about him
can't
not
blink.
blinking. Yeah, maybe. But his eyes look terrible. Like he's got the biggest bags under his eyes you could ever imagine.
So I like the archetype of like the kooky guy in charge, and
Yeah.
they've been doing it since like Sherlock Holmes and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but this guy feels separated, where you're like, oh, which Doctor from Image is similar or not dissimilar to Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
Which to a, more extent, Dr. Fate, and then you have Constantine, who's like, oh, him and Flood might kind of cross some of the same areas.
Yeah,
and blah.
yeah.
So this guy actually does stand out.
He does.
He doesn't have their powers. He doesn't act like them. It's extreme. I love this character.
It was cool, man.
He might win an award for how cool a character he is.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, I liked it. John Flood was dope.
Hell yeah.
So they meet in the universe. How are these characters interacting with each other? How are Aldo and Lou going to interact with John Flood and Barry? What could happen to make them join together?
Yeah, so Flood and Barry, well, especially Barry, is a really personable guy. And, like, he had only killed, like, the one guy.
Mm-hmm.
He'd done some, like, gray area type stuff. And Flood is not evil in any way, even though he was trying to stop a serial killer just to get information from him, not to keep him from killing people.
Yeah.
He still goes, he leans to good. So
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, so I think they could interact in a lot of ways, honestly.
So would my characters be bad guys? Because think about it. He might wander onto the farm and then be like, what are you doing here? And he's like, I don't know yet. I think I'm supposed to be around here, something.
I think in reality they would somehow come into conflict at the beginning, and then there would be some sort of reconciliation, and then they'd end up working together.
I think Lou, my female character from my comic, would be the thing that they're both after. I think my characters are separated. Aldo needs help because he's a big dumb lug.
Right.
He would needs help from John Flood.
Okay.
Lou's out there cutting heads off.
Yeah.
She's out there cutting some heads off. She's full on, hey, this woman needs to be stopped.
Yeah.
Essentially what they did with Tate is like, you're stopping a serial killer
Yeah,
again.
they had to.
So that's how Aldo meets him. Hey, man, I
like
think
that.
I need your help. Or Flood knocks on the door like, I think you need my help.
Yeah.
Or
Nice.
is someone else supposed to be, whatever he does, whatever he does.
Hey.
Which he was really intelligent. He did some planning, man.
Yeah.
Those were two really cool parts.
Yeah.
That it seemed like, oh shit, he's getting walked up on.
Yeah.
The serial killer has broke into his house.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was so sick. He's like, I know what you look like now.
Yeah.
And the serial killer's like, oh
so
crap.
good.
He's like taking
There
off.
hadn't been a single, and Flood's so good at researching shit, he hadn't found a single picture or video of Tate, the serial killer.
Is that the corporation helping, you think?
Yeah, had to.
Gotta be, right? Because he doesn't seem
He's
super meticulous.
He wasn't in this because he was crashing out at this point.
Lou's
At
definitely
the end-
not at all.
At the end, Tate was expecting to die, ready to die. So everything before that, he had done it way more secretive and not killed whole restaurants.
Oh, right, because there's one point where he just went off.
Yeah, exactly. He how we open up where he kills the whole hillbilly crew.
Mm-hmm.
He says he's doing it there because they're out in the middle of nowhere.
Right, he did bring that
And
up.
he
You're right.
could easily get away with it.
Which
so.
is where, Lou killed a bunch of characters as well.
that's how you do
out
it.
in the middle of nowhere.
That's how you do it.
Nice. I like that. It was a cool. It's not rare that we both get cool comics, but it's rare that we get an episode where they're both really, really cool.
Yeah, we can be full on excited
for different reasons. They share the violence, though. That's always
it's a common denominator, bro.
Come on, it's in the world.
Yeah,
It's real, man.
man.
Oh, so stupid. All right, so we're on Instagram at Flipping Pages 24. We're on Facebook at Flipping Pages with Matt and Adam. Leave a like, follow, subscribe, rate, review, all that stuff. We'd appreciate it. Is that the episode?
Yep.
Do we know our letters for next week? We don't.
No.
We don't know our letters. We'll figure that out. Y'all have a good one.
Bye.